What's going on, everybody? I'm Tom, and you are watching Cortex Zero. As you've probably noticed already, there was no intro. I have that little clip that I play before my videos with the clock and everything, but I don't want. I'm not editing this video. This is just going to be record, upload. I waited a couple days to do this because I just didn't feel like it was an appropriate time for me to do it yet. Excuse me. I just didn't want to seem like I was doing it for any kind of attention or views or anything, because there's a lot of people watching these types of videos right now, but I felt like it was necessary for me to say something, considering how much of a big basketball fan I am, as you can see behind me. I'm a guitar player, and that eventually became my passion in life. It still is. Maybe one of these days I will be a rock star, who knows, but basketball dominated the early portion of my life. I wanted to grow up. I wanted to be Michael Jordan. I wanted to be Kobe Bryant. I wanted to be Allen Iverson. So let me tell you this story. So I'm like 11, 12 years old. 2001. The Lakers and the Sixers are in the finals, and I live in New Jersey, in an area where it's dominated by Philadelphia sports because of how close we are to Philly. And I'm a New York sports fan, but at that time I was definitely a Sixers fan. I was an Iverson guy, and the reason for that is because at the time we didn't have digital cable yet. Now we have everything, but we just had regular cable TV, and all we got basketball-wise were Sixers games. And here's this guy, Allen Iverson, just blowing my mind. I'm like, wow, look at the way this guy plays. Like, I just want to be Allen Iverson, And he became such a huge influence on me because he wasn't that tall, and I'm not that tall either. I always tried to emulate his crossover and his jump shot and everything, and the way he would, do the up and unders and, take hits on the way to the rim. But here comes this guy, this kid Kobe, to ruin all the fun. And when the Lakers beat the Sixers in the finals, I was pissed. I hated Kobe when I was a kid at that time. And not like hate where you're like, oh, it's not real hate. It's competitive hate. It's, damn it, that guy keeps getting in the way of the championship hate. It's not real hate. And then you get older, and you begin to gain respect for the opponent. Especially around the time of the Olympics, and Kobe and those guys won gold. And I really grew to really actually like Kobe. I never hated him as a person, ever. That was never a thing. It was just on the basketball court. I always appreciated his greatness and his ability. And then I got even older, and the level of respect that he had earned from me was very high. The way he carried himself and the way that he influenced the game, especially in the last couple of years, listening to him just talk about basketball was interesting. And a lot of you come to this channel and you watch the Battlefront live streams and the conspiracy videos that are going to be coming and all that, because this channel is just me. It doesn't necessarily have to be confined to one thing. It's not a Star Wars channel. It's not a gaming channel. It's just my channel. And some of you already knew this, and some of you don't. But I'm a huge basketball fan to this day. Believe it or not, though, I just went to my first game. I have video of it. I'm gonna upload it. I was going through some personal stuff. That's why I didn't necessarily upload it right away. But I went to the Christmas game. On Christmas Day, Sixers and Bucks. It was a great experience. And here we are, though. I had gotten a couple messages from some people saying that I should say a few things about Kobe, and I decided that now's a good time to do that. So, first of all, I can't even imagine the level of grief and difficulty that the families are going through. Not just Kobe. I'm talking about everybody that was on that helicopter. Puts a lot of things into perspective for me, because I'm afraid of death. I'll be honest with you. That's like the one thing that I truly fear the most, because it's just such a massive unknown. I mean, I have the things that I believe and hope for after this life is completed, but, you know, to be taken in your true prime and to have your child with you is like, I don't know. I don't even know. I can't fathom that. I don't have any children yet, so it's like I couldn't possibly know that pain. His wife Vanessa, but you know, God knows how she's even dealing with it. It's going to be the biggest challenge of her entire life, and then the people that just everyone connected to everybody personally on the helicopter. It seemed like Kobe had a lot of people that were friends with him and cared about him, and it's just it's sick, you know. And it this is the type of thing that can rock someone's faith to the core. It's like, well, why did God or the universe take Kobe Bryant and not, you know, the person going around murdering, or, you know, that kind of thing? And we just, you know, we don't know. I mean, my theory has always been that, you know, maybe whatever happens here stays here, you know. But that's besides the point. That's like I'd be going off on a tangent if I continued speaking about that kind of thing. But it actually really hit me today. It did. You know, here's a guy that I grew up watching, you know, who I eventually gained like actual respect for as I became an adult, and how he is so beloved by the fans of the Lakers, you know, a team that I always rooted against, you know. But I mean, I think now is a good time to really put that type of stuff aside as sports fans, and let's just realize that no matter how much we compare statistics, no matter how much we say so-and-so is better than the other, these guys are all great. And they all do their absolute best to be great and to have a positive effect on the world. And because they are in the spotlight, in the public eye, it allows them to actually express those feelings and those ideas and actually have an impact. And that's something that we really need to think about more, as opposed to how many points they scored on Sunday, or, you know, how many rebounds they got. It's not that important. It's really not. You know. And people really, I just want to say this too, and I know it's the internet and people hide behind their default pictures and don't have to take any sort of responsibility or claim for what they say. But I saw some things on Twitter, literally within the hour of Kobe passing away, that I just literally, I'm not going to repeat it, because it's just like, there's a time for dark humor, because dark humor is funny. I find it funny. But then there are times where it's just not, and that was one of those times where it's just like, oh, come on, you know, like, really? Like, I bet you wouldn't post that kind of thing if you had to put your real face on your Twitter account. If you had to attach an actual image of yourself, you would never say those things. And maybe you would. Maybe you would. And maybe I'm being too serious, right? But this is human life we're talking about. This is the most serious thing there is. And I just didn't think it was an appropriate way of responding to what had occurred. So, God, the dogs around here, man, I swear to God, like, I apologize, but my sincere condolences to everyone involved, his family, his wife, his other daughters, the other families involved. I mean, I'm just some guy posting a YouTube video on the internet. They don't know me. They may never see this video. But in the off chance that they do, just understand that there are a lot of people in your corner right now that are rooting for you. And it made me think of how I would feel if that were me in that situation. Because I have lost friends. I have one of my absolute best friends I have lost, so I know that pain. But I can't imagine what it would be like to lose my spouse or my child. That's a whole nother threshold that I've never experienced, and I hope I never do. I don't want to. But let's just try to remember that there are things more important than petty rivalries and whose team is better than the other and which player is greater than the other. I think we need to start taking a different stance with those kinds of things and just understand that all of the greatest players that we watch, they are all great. They are all on this same plateau of greatness, this Mount Rushmore, if you want to call it that for lack of a better term. And I think that when we make that kind of comparison, because there are only so many heads on Mount Rushmore, I say that maybe we should start making more room. Because if you really think about it, especially with the sport of basketball, the Mount Rushmore of basketball, there's not enough room for just how many great players there have been. You know, Kareem, LeBron, Jordan, Kobe, Shaq, Wilt, Russell, West, Maravich, Iverson. Everybody contributed something special. And then I had somebody say, why are you so upset? He's just an athlete. He's a human being. And it's just, I felt this personal pain because hearing about a mother losing her husband and a daughter in a freak accident, it doesn't matter who you are. That's just awful no matter who you are. And, well, why are so many people so upset? I don't understand it. They didn't know Kobe. It's because when you look up to somebody that maybe motivated you to do better in your own life and they're taken from you, you feel like you lost a part of yourself because of how much they contributed to maybe some of your own personal success. And something really struck a nerve in me over the past couple days. And I told myself, what? I am not trying hard enough with certain things. I want this YouTube channel to be successful. I want to be able to sustain myself and support myself instead of having to do the things that I do currently for work that I wanted to give up the other day. I'll be honest with you. I was having a shitty day. And I kind of just wanted to walk out at work. I won't lie. We got to be honest about things sometimes. And I'm going to be honest about things. I wanted to quit. I wanted to just walk out and quit. And then this happens and something triggered in my mind. It's like, well, Kobe wouldn't quit. It's like, well, if he can do it, I can do it. And I'll say thank you, Kobe, because on some random day at work, the thought of you not giving up made me decide not to do it either. So, and that's kind of all I want to say. But it's disappointing. It's heartbreaking for so many. And I just felt like it was an appropriate time for me to speak because of how much basketball does mean to me. It taught me a lot about camaraderie and sportsmanship and brotherhood and perseverance and compassion and competitiveness and trying to do things the right way, which I have not always done. I am not perfect. No one is, but I'm not. I'm very far from it. But I want to continue to do my best and do even, but I want to take my best and make that the baseline and go higher than that. So rest in peace, Kobe. Rest in peace, Gigi. Rest in peace, everybody on the helicopter. There's a lot of people that are going to miss you, and That's really all I wanted to say. I hope you guys all have a great day. I have other stuff coming on the channel. I know it's not important, but felt like I should at least mention that. I'm gonna have some stuff uploaded today. But yeah, I don't know, for some reason it just really hit me today. It's just how short life can be. I think it was just the general idea of you randomly losing your life in something that you can't control that really just hit me today. And that no one is invincible. No one gets out of this life alive. We all have to go through death in some way or another. But let's just try to be better people and put stupid little petty differences aside. It's fun to have rivalries and it's fun to be competitive, but we should always shake the hand of the competitor, and we should always show respect to our opponent, and we should always strive to be better in everything that we do. And I think this happening is actually, there's going to be a lot more good that comes out of this than bad. It's sad and awful and disgusting and painful and sick that this happened the way it did, but I think it's going to end up resonating and inspiring and creating this shockwave of determination and compassion amongst a lot of people. So when you feel like you're going to give up, think about this whole Mamba mentality that Kobe had. He shot free throws with a torn Achilles. I know it's just a basketball game, but it's the idea that you don't give up and that you don't quit and that you just keep going. And let's try to just be better. I think that's ultimately what I want you guys to get out of this, is that let's pay our respects and remember Kobe for the great human being that he was, and then let's also just be better. It doesn't matter what it is. It doesn't matter if it's be a better driver, be a better parent, be an overall better person, be a better musician, be a better anything. Just be better. Just be greater. Just be better. Take care.